Could a simple penny from 2001, with no mint mark, be worth more than your car, or even your house? Money bag. In today's video, we're diving deep into the value of the 2001 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and why some collectors are valuing it at up to $855,000. Yep, you heard that right. A penny, worth nearly $1 million. But before you empty your coin jar or raid your piggy bank, there's a lot more you need to know. What makes this coin special? How can you tell if your 2001 penny is valuable? And is it really worth $855,000? Or is that just a collector's myth? Stick around because I'll show you exactly what to look for, including rare errors and tips from real coin experts. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, commemorating Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over time, it's had design changes, composition shifts, and countless varieties, including error coins that can be worth big money. But in 2001, something strange happened. The Philadelphia Mint, which doesn't use a mint mark, released millions of these coins. Most were ordinary, but a few rare variations shocked the collector world. So if your penny from 2001 has no mint mark under the date, it was made in Philadelphia. But that's just the beginning. Let's break down what could make your 2001 penny valuable. Here are the key factors. A 2001 penny graded MS68 red with flawless surfaces is incredibly rare. That's what fetches huge premiums at auction. Some 2001 pennies are worth thousands due to mint errors. Here are the top errors to watch for. Look at Liberty and the date. Doubled letters are a jackpot. If Lincoln's head isn't where it's supposed to be, especially if it's 50% off, you might be holding a $1,000 plus coin. A penny struck on a dime blank? Ultra rare. Worth big bucks. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is there really a 2001 no mint mark penny worth $855,000? Several viral posts claim a rare 2001 penny sold for over $800,000. But after digging into coin databases, auction records, and numismatic sources, there's no verified sale at that exact amount. Values can be exaggerated online. A high-grade, rare error penny might fetch tens of thousands, but $855,000 is likely an urban legend or a listing prank. So is it possible? Technically yes, if it's a one-of-a-kind discovery and someone is willing to pay. But realistically? Don't bet your mortgage just yet. Here's how you can check your 2001 penny today. Inspect it under bright light. Look for doubling, misalignment. Check for luster, scratches. The shinier the better. Compare it to PCGS and NGC grading images online. Send to a grading service if it looks perfect. Cost $30 listed on eBay, or take it to a coin show for appraisal. So, can a 2001 no mint Lincoln penny be worth a fortune? Yes, if it's nearly flawless, or has a rare mint error. While the $855,000 claim may be overhyped, valuable coins do exist, and yours could be one of them. Start checking those coins, folks, because the next hidden gem might be sitting in your junk drawer right now. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, thumbs up, subscribe for more coin hunting secrets, and drop a comment if you have a 2001 penny. I might feature it in the next video. 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be thinking it's just a regular coin, but hold on. This tiny copper beauty could be worth far more than just 1 cent. In fact, some versions of this coin have shocked collectors by fetching hundreds, thousands, and even claims of million-dollar values. Let's separate the facts from the fiction and find out what your 2004 penny could really be worth. So first things first, let's talk about the basics. The 2004 Lincoln cent was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it doesn't have a mint mark. Coins made in Philadelphia typically do not carry a mint mark at all, and that's normal. So just because your coin doesn't have a letter under the date doesn't make it rare by itself. But here's where things get interesting. Some 2004 Lincoln pennies contain errors or are part of limited varieties that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. And these are the coins that can be worth big money. We're talking hundreds, thousands, and yes, in extremely rare and unique situations, even up to $1 million. Let's break it down. Most 2004 Lincoln pennies that are worn and used are worth just their face value, which is 1 cent. But if your coin is in mint condition or uncirculated, or if it has a rare minting error, then we're in a whole new ballpark. There are a few types of valuable 2004 pennies you need to look out for. First is the double die variety. This happens when the coin is struck more than once but slightly off position, causing doubling in the lettering or details, especially in the word liberty, or in the motto "In God We Trust." If you spot this kind of doubling, you might have something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Second are off-center strikes. These errors happen when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process. Depending on how dramatic the misalignment is, this could fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s. Third is the broad strike error. This occurs when the coin is struck without a proper collar. It gives the penny a wider and smoother look. These can be quite valuable depending on condition and how dramatic the error is. Now here's the million-dollar question. Can a 2004 penny actually be worth $1 million? The honest answer is, not under normal circumstances. But there are always exceptions in the world of coin collecting. For example, if a coin is proven to be a one-of-a-kind error, if it's struck on a completely wrong planchet, or if it has a combination of several rare minting issues in pristine condition, then it could theoretically reach extremely high values. There have been claims and viral videos saying someone sold a 2004 penny for $1 million. But most of those stories lack solid proof. What's more common is seeing high-grade error coins go for a few $1,000s, which is still incredible considering the coin is originally worth just a cent, cut to a real auction screen or coin catalog. Let's look at real numbers. A 2004 Lincoln cent graded MS-67 read by a top grading company like PCGS has sold for over $100 at auction. If you go higher, let's say MS-68, you could be looking at $200 to $300. But here's the thing, these are perfect coins. Finding them in circulation is extremely rare. Now for error coins. A 2004 penny with a dramatic off-center strike and mint red color has sold for over $500. A double die variety could go from $50 to several hundred depending on how clear the doubling is. But again, for a coin to reach even close to $1 million value, it has to be an extreme anomaly. Something that is one of a kind in the entire minting history. So what should you do? Step 1. Check your 2004 pennies. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Look closely at the date, the lettering, the edges, and the overall condition. Step 2. If you think you've found an error or a high-grade example, do not clean the coin. Cleaning it can destroy its value. Instead, store it safely and get it appraised by a professional or sent to a reputable coin grading service. Step 3. Keep learning. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a journey. The more you know, the better chance you have at spotting a valuable coin hiding in plain sight. Music starts building again. To wrap it all up, the 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is mostly common. But certain error types and high-grade examples can be worth serious money, even hundreds or thousands of dollars. And while million-dollar values are incredibly rare and often overhyped, it's always worth taking a second look. Who knows, you might just be holding a tiny treasure that could change your life. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and share it with other coin collectors. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update on the next valuable coin to watch for. 2060 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny coin. You may be wondering if this little copper coin could actually be worth something significant, and the answer might surprise you. So make sure to watch all the way to the end, because I'll reveal just how much some of these pennies have sold for on the open market, and what to look for if you think you've got a valuable one. Let's start with a bit of background. The 2060 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint. The D stands for Denver. In 2006, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies, so on the surface they don't seem rare. But as we all know with coins, rarity isn't just about how many were made. It's about condition, errors, and demand from collectors. Most 2060 Lincoln cents are made of copper-plated zinc, and they weigh about 2.5 grams. The design on the front or obverse features the classic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, while the back or reverse still has the Lincoln Memorial design, which was used from 1959 to 2008. Now here's where things get interesting. The majority of these coins are only worth face value. That's right, just 1 cent. However, that all changes when we start looking at condition. Coins that have been graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC and received high grades like MS67 or MS68 can be worth far more than face value. For example, a 2060 penny graded MS67 read by PCGS has sold at auction for over $100. And there are even rarer examples that have fetched several $100s when the color, strike, and condition all come together perfectly. So what should you look for if you have a 2060 penny in your pocket or coin jar? First, check the coin's color. A bright red coin that still has its original mint luster is worth more than a brown or even a red-brown example. Second, check for contact marks or scratches. The fewer marks the better. And third, consider getting it graded if it appears to be in perfect, uncirculated condition. But there's another twist. Some of these coins are valuable not because of condition but because of mint errors. That's right. Certain mistakes made during the minting process can lead to pennies worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Examples include doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and coins that were struck on the wrong planchet point. One of the most famous errors you could find on a 2060 penny is a doubled die, which shows up as a doubling of the letters or numbers. If you notice any strange doubling, especially around the word liberty or the date, it might be worth having the coin evaluated by an expert. Some doubled die pennies from other years have sold for thousands, and while the 2060 hasn't hit those extreme numbers yet, certain errors have still sold for hundreds of dollars online and at coin shows. Now let's talk about the million-dollar question. Could your 2060 penny be worth $1 million? In most cases, no. As of today, no known 2060 Lincoln penny has ever sold for that much. But here's the truth. Coins that were once worth just a few cents have over time reached 5, 6, or even 7 figures. It all depends on rarity, demand, and collector interest. While your penny probably won't make you a millionaire, it could still be worth a nice chunk of change, especially if it's in mint state condition or has a rare error. Market value depends on condition and collector interest, but in general, here's a rough estimate. A circulated 2060 penny is worth 1 cent. A brilliant uncirculated example might fetch between 5 cents and $1. A coin graded MS66 red could go for $20 to $50. And one in MS67 or higher could reach $100 or more. Error coins can range from $50 to several $100s depending on the type and severity of the error. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 2060 penny? First, don't clean it. Cleaning coins actually lowers their value. Next, compare it to images of high-grade or error examples online. And if it seems promising, consider having it graded by a reputable service. That can increase both the value and the buyer's confidence if you ever decide to sell it. Whether you're a casual collector or just curious about that penny in your change drawer, it pays to take a closer look. The coin hobby is full of surprises, and every now and then someone finds a hidden gem worth far more than expected. So check your coins, you never know what you might find out. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and hidden treasure stories. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your change and what year it was. 2006 no mint mark Lincoln cent. It looks like just any ordinary penny, but some versions are worth far more than 1 cent. Let's find out why. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2006 Lincoln penny features the classic right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln. It's made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, weighs 2.5 grams, and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Now here's where it gets interesting. If your coin has no mint mark, it means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia does not typically include a mint mark on pennies, so a 2006 penny without a mint mark isn't automatically rare, but under the right circumstances it can be incredibly valuable. So why would any 2006 penny be worth more than face value? The answer lies in errors, misprints, and condition. Let's break these down. First is condition. Coins that are in pristine condition with no scratches or marks, what collectors call mint state, can fetch higher prices, especially if they're graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Next are mint errors. Some 2006 no mint mark Lincoln pennies were struck off-center, double struck, or have die cracks or cuts. These are rare mistakes that happen during the minting process and collectors will pay big money for them. There's also a known double die reverse error in 2006 where the lettering on the back of the coin appears slightly doubled. These coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grade. So what is the current market value of a 2006 no mint mark Lincoln cent today? Well, in average circulated condition it's usually just worth its face value, 1 cent, but if you've got a high-grade mint state coin it could be worth anywhere from $10 to $50 depending on the demand and quality. Now here's the kicker: some rare era coins from 2006 have sold for over $1,000 at auction, and there have been speculative cases where extremely rare double die or off-metal strike examples have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. And yes, there are rumors and some verified private sales where similar era pennies from the 2000s era have sold for six figures, even approaching the $1 million mark. In very unique and historically significant era cases, those are incredibly rare, but they do exist. So how can you tell if your 2006 no mint mark penny is valuable? Step 1. Examine the coin under strong light or a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling in the letters, especially on the reverse. Check Lincoln's eye, nose, and mouth for signs of doubling on the obverse. Step 2. Look for signs of errors. Is the coin off-center? Does it have any unusual bumps, cracks, or cuts? Those could be minting errors. Step 3. Check the condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. If it looks perfect, you might want to send it in for professional grading. If you think you've found a valuable coin, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value dramatically. Instead, put it in a soft cloth or coin flip to protect it. Then consider sending it to a grading service. PCGS and NGC are two of the most trusted ones in the world. Once graded, you can list your coin on eBay, sell it at a coin show, or even auction it through heritage auctions or great collections. Depending on what you have, you might walk away with a life-changing sum of money. So let's recap. Most 2006 no mint mark pennies are only worth a cent, but under the right conditions with the right errors or pristine mint quality, they can be worth hundreds, thousands, or potentially even more. The coin in your hand right now could be hiding more value than you ever imagined. So go check your piggy bank, your junk drawer, that old coin jar collecting dust. You never know, you might just be holding $1 million penny. 2008 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. It might look like an ordinary copper-colored penny, but some of these coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. In rare cases, they have been auctioned for prices that will absolutely blow your mind. So let's dig in and uncover the secrets of the 2008 Lincoln penny and find out if you could be holding on to a small fortune without knowing it. First, let's understand what we're looking at. The 2008 penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or front side. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it has been in use since 1909. But what makes the 2008 version special and potentially valuable is not just the design, it's all about the details. The mint mark, or the lack of one, plays a huge role. So what is a no mint mark coin? A mint mark tells you where a coin was produced. If you see a D, that means it was made in Denver, and S means San Francisco, and if there's no letter at all, that means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which historically did not use a mint mark on pennies. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most 2008 no mint mark pennies are extremely common and worth just 1 cent, but certain rare varieties and high-grade examples have sold for a lot more. Let's talk about grades for a second. A coin's grade refers to its condition, and it's judged on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS or mint state 65 or higher can be worth a significant amount. In fact, in top mint condition, a 2008 no mint mark penny has sold for up to $800, and in some cases even more if there are unique features like a double die error or an off-center strike. These rare errors are what can drive prices into the thousands, and yes, even reach into six figures if the coin is truly exceptional. Collectors and auction houses have paid massive sums for high quality and rare error coins, and if you think that's impossible, just remember this. A 1943 copper penny once sold for over $1 million. And that was just a 1 cent coin. So could the 2008 penny reach those numbers? It's rare but not impossible. The highest auction prices are typically for coins with major minting errors or flawless conditions graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. If you suspect your 2008 penny is unusual or in pristine condition, get it professionally graded. You could be holding on to a coin worth thousands or even more. And here's another tip: look out for coins that are shiny with strong details. Especially on Lincoln's hair, his jawline, and the lettering on both sides. Those small visual details make a big difference in grading and value. So, what's the market like right now as of this year? The typical uncirculated 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny sells for between $5 and $10 in average mint state condition, but those with rare errors like die cracks, double strikes, or off-center printing have sold from $100 to over $1,000, and certified high-grade examples MS68 or better have hit auction prices near $800 and above. The market for error coins has been heating up, and many collectors are paying top dollar for examples that once might have gone unnoticed in a pocket or a drawer. So take a look through your spare change and coin jars. Check your 2008 pennies very closely. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Remember, some of the most valuable coins in history were found by ordinary people like you. Just paying attention. Before we wrap up, here's one last fun fact. There are currently thousands of collectors across the world specifically searching for mint errors on coins from 2008 to 2009 because of the transition to the Lincoln Bicentennial Series. So demand is high and rising. That means even if you're not sitting on $1 million coin, you might still cash in big with the right penny in your hand. So what do you think? Have you checked your coins yet? Drop a comment below and let us know if you've found anything rare or unusual. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, values, and hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. 2013 Lincoln penny in your pocket change and thought nothing of it? You might want to go back and check again. Because believe it or not, some of these seemingly ordinary coins are turning out to be worth a fortune. I'm talking hundreds, thousands, and in extremely rare cases, even more. So in this video, we're diving deep into the 2013 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny and uncovering the truth about its current market value, collector demand, rare error types, and why some are fetching incredible prices, even up to $1 million in rare circumstances. Let's start with the basics. The 2013 Lincoln penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, the front of the coin, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been in use since 1909. On the reverse side is the Union Shield design introduced in 2010, symbolizing national unity. Most of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and that's why they carry no mint mark. So when you see a penny from 2013 with no mint letter under the date, that's perfectly normal and expected. But that doesn't mean it's worthless. Now let's talk about value. Most 2013 no mint mark Lincoln cents are worth just face value in circulated condition. But when it comes to uncirculated coins or coins with rare errors, the story changes completely. A standard 2013 penny in mint state condition, like MS65 or higher, can be worth anywhere from $1 to $15 depending on the luster and strike quality. But that's just the start. Collectors are especially interested in coins with mint errors. These include things like double die obverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, cuds, and misaligned dies. For example, a 2013 Lincoln cent with a double die error on the obverse, where the date and lettering look slightly doubled under magnification, can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s. In one case, a collector sold a dramatic off-center 2013 penny for over $500. But the real headline grabbers are the extreme error coins and the high-grade specimens certified by third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC. A 2013 penny graded MS69 read by PCGS, nearly a perfect coin, recently sold at auction for over $7,000. And that's not even including coins with rare compositions or striking anomalies. In one highly publicized case, a 2013 penny struck on the wrong planchet, a dime planchet, was discovered and sold for over $10,000. Now here's where things get even more exciting. The rarest finds involve coins that escape the mint with major flaws that should have been caught during production. These include mule errors, which are coins struck with mismatched dies, and transitional errors, where the metal composition doesn't match the year. While no verified $1 million 2013 penny has been sold yet, experts believe it's only a matter of time. A coin with an extraordinary error, in pristine condition, and with strong provenance, could absolutely hit that seven-figure mark at auction. Why would someone pay that much for a penny? Because rare coins are a huge deal in the collector market. There are serious investors, museums, and private collectors willing to pay top dollar for unique examples. Plus, the excitement of owning something no one else has, a one-of-a-kind piece of American minting history, is priceless to some buyers. Now let's talk about how you can find one of these hidden treasures. Start by going through your pocket change, coin jars, and rolls of pennies from the bank. Look closely at every 2013 penny you find. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Check for doubling in the lettering or date. Look for coins that seem slightly off, heavier or lighter than normal, or have any sort of unusual appearance. And if you think you've found something rare, submit it to a reputable grading service for authentication. Even if your coin isn't worth $1 million, finding a penny worth hundreds or thousands is still an incredible return on investment. After all, it only cost you 1 cent. To wrap up, the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may seem ordinary, but the coin collecting world is full of surprises. From minor errors to major rarities, there are 2013 pennies out there hiding in plain sight that could change your life. So keep looking, keep learning, and most importantly, never underestimate the power of your pocket change. 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny coin. Now I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny, right? But hold on, because this little copper-colored coin has caused quite a stir in the coin collecting world, and some listings have claimed it could be worth thousands, or even close to $1 million. So in this video we're going to look at what this coin really is, how rare it actually might be, what gives it any value, and whether it could actually make you rich. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2014 Lincoln penny features the same iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln that has been on the front of the 1 cent coin since 1909. This design was created by Victor David Brenner, and it's one of the longest-running designs in American coin history. On the reverse you'll find the Union Shield, which has been on the back of the penny since 2010, replacing the Lincoln Memorial design. Now here's something important. You may notice that this penny does not have a mint mark under the year. That means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia minted billions, yes billions, with AB of these coins in 2014. Inches fact, over 3.9 billion were made at Philly alone. So based on that you might say, well, that sounds like it should be one of the most common coins in circulation, and you'd be absolutely right. So what gives? Why are people saying this coin is worth a lot of money? Well, this is where it gets interesting. It's not the coin itself being rare in general, it's the coin with certain errors or conditions that might be worth a premium. Let's break it down. One of the biggest factors that affects the value of any coin is condition. If you have a 2014 penny that looks brand new, uncirculated, with no scratches, dents, or wear, that already makes it more desirable to collectors. In fact, if your coin is graded MS 67 or higher, that's mint state 67 or better, it could be worth several dollars up to even $100 or more depending on the grade and demand. But still, that's a long way from $1 million. So where are these $1 million claims coming from? In some rare cases, error coins can sell for huge amounts. That includes coins that were double struck off center, have die cracks, have wrong planchets, or show dramatic doubling on the date or the lettering. There have been reports of 2014 Lincoln pennies with very specific mint errors that sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, one coin with a major die clash error sold for over $1,000 at auction. Another with dramatic doubling was listed online for several thousand. But let's be clear here, these are outliers. These are coins that were professionally graded, verified, and sold through auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. The average 2014 no mint mark penny in your change is still worth 1 cent. Even a shiny, uncirculated one might only go for a few bucks unless it's pristine and high grade. So what about those claims of $1 million penny? Well, it's important to separate reality from hype. You might see online videos or clickbait headlines saying things like 2014 penny worth $1 million or rare Lincoln cent. You must check your change. While it's true that rare coins can fetch big prices, there is no verified record of a 2014 penny without a mint mark selling for $1 million, not through a reputable auction house, not through a certified dealer. That doesn't mean it's impossible in theory, but in practice there's currently no evidence that any 2014 penny has fetched anywhere near that amount. So if you're hoping your pocket change will make you a millionaire, keep those expectations realistic, but that doesn't mean these coins are worthless either. Let's talk about some real values and how you can check if your coin is worth anything more than face value. If you have a 2014 penny in mint state condition, that means it looks like it just came from the mint and hasn't been circulated, then It might be worth grading. Coins graded by companies like PCGS or NGC can get MS66, MS67, or even MS68, and those high-grade coins can sell for between $5 to over $100 depending on market demand and the total population of that grade. Now, if you have a coin with a known error such as a double die reverse or obverse die clash or planchet error, it could be worth even more. Some collectors will pay hundreds for a visually dramatic and confirmed error, but remember, it needs to be verified and ideally graded to get top dollar. Let's sum it all up. The 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most common coins out there, but in pristine condition or with rare errors it can fetch a premium. Most of these coins are still worth 1 cent. A small percentage may be worth a few dollars, and an extremely tiny number with verified errors might go into the hundreds or low thousands. There is currently no confirmed case of a 2014 penny selling for $1 million, so if you see a listing claiming that, be cautious and do your research still. It's always fun to search your pocket change, and who knows, maybe you'll find a cool error coin or a perfect condition penny that could be worth getting graded. At the end of the day, coin collecting is about more than just value. It's about history, art, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. So check your coins, look closely, and keep learning. 2015 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. This small copper-coated coin may look ordinary at first glance, but don't be fooled. Some of these coins have shocked collectors and sellers by being worth way more than just 1 cent. So stick around to find out how a simple 2015 Lincoln penny could potentially fetch hundreds, thousands, or even $1 million under the right conditions. Let's start with the basics. The 2015 Lincoln penny was minted by the United States Mint and features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin. This design has been in place since 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse side, you'll see the Union Shield design, which was introduced in 2010 and symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States. Now, what does it mean when a 2015 penny has no mint mark? Coins without a mint mark were typically produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This is standard for most pennies from that mint unless they are part of a special edition or collector's release. So if you have a 2015 penny with no letter under the date, that just means it came from Philadelphia. But here's where it gets interesting. While most of the 2015 no mint mark pennies are only worth face value, there are some rare and unusual varieties and errors that have turned ordinary-looking pennies into jackpot items. We're talking die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other mint errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Let's take a look at some real examples. A standard 2015 Lincoln penny in mint condition, known as mint state, could fetch up to a few dollars from collectors who want flawless coins to complete their collection. That's already a nice jump from just 1 cent. But if your penny features an error, like a visible doubling of the letters or numbers, or a striking mistake, that's where the money really starts to flow. Point 1 known error to look for is the double die obverse. This means that during the minting process, the die struck the coin more than once in slightly different positions, causing the letters or numbers to appear doubled. If you spot this on the words Liberty, or In God We Trust, or even the date, you could be looking at a coin worth between $50 and $100, or even more, depending on its condition. Another thing to look out for is off-center strikes. If the image on the coin is not properly centered, that error could increase the value significantly. The more off-center the strike and the clearer the visible details, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some off-center 2015 pennies have sold for over $150. Let's not forget about coins that were struck on the wrong planchet. A planchet is the blank metal disc that gets stamped into a coin. In rare cases, a penny may be struck on a dime planchet, resulting in a lighter and slightly smaller coin. These errors are extremely rare but highly desirable. In perfect condition, a wrong planchet error penny could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, what about $1 million pennies? Yes, you heard that right. While there is no public record of a 2015 no-mint mark penny being sold for $1 million, some coins from other years with unique errors and ultra-rare varieties have fetched prices close to or above the $1 million mark. So it's not impossible, especially if your penny has a never-before-seen error or misprint. If a collector or investor believes your coin is truly one of a kind, the price can skyrocket. Another factor that affects value is grading. A coin that is graded by a professional grading company and receives a high mint state rating, especially MS67 or above, is far more valuable than an ungraded one. If you believe your 2015 penny is rare or in exceptionally good condition, it may be worth submitting it for grading. Now let's talk about the current market and what collectors are willing to pay. As of this year, most 2015 Lincoln pennies with no mint mark and no visible errors are worth only 1 cent if they're circulated. Uncirculated examples might sell for a few dollars depending on the buyer. Error pennies, though, have a much wider price range. Some have sold for $25, others for over $500, and in rare cases, especially unique coins can hit the 4 or 5-figure mark. It all depends on rarity, condition, and demand. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 2015 penny? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value dramatically. Keep it safe, preferably in a coin holder or flip to avoid scratches. Second, compare it with known error coins. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check for doubling, unusual lines, or off-center details. Third, consider showing it to a coin expert or dealer. If it seems like you have something truly rare, you can even get it professionally graded by a company like PCGS or NGC. And finally, check recent sales on auction sites like eBay. You can get a sense of what similar coins are selling for right now. In conclusion, while most 2015 no mint mark Lincoln pennies are not worth more than 1 cent, a few special ones with rare minting errors or in perfect condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In the world of coin collecting, surprises happen every day. Who knows, maybe you're holding the next $1 million penny in your hand. So go check your change, dig into those coin jars, and see what treasures you might have waiting. You just might be a coin millionaire and not even know it yet. 2016 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. At first glance it may just look like any ordinary penny, but there is a lot more to this little coin than meets the eye. Some versions of this coin have shocked collectors with their hidden value and have even sold for thousands of dollars. In rare cases, these coins are thought to be worth a fortune, possibly even reaching $1 million in value under the right market conditions. So let's uncover the truth about the 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and why you should take a second look at yours today. Let's start with the basics. The 2016 penny features the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or front side. It was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The design has changed over time, but the familiar profile of Lincoln has remained the same. On the reverse of the 2016 version, we see the Union Shield design, which has been in use since 2010. It represents Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single country. Now you might be wondering, what does it mean when we say no mint mark? A mint mark is a small letter on the coin that tells us where it was made. Coins from Denver have a D mint mark and coins from San Francisco have an S mint mark. If there is no letter under the year, then that coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint. So a 2016 penny with no mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, and while that might seem common, some of these coins have major errors or varieties that drive their value way up in the collector's market. Let's talk about those varieties and errors. One of the biggest reasons why a 2016 no mint mark penny can be valuable is because of striking errors. These are mistakes that happen at the mint when the coin is being produced. For example, some 2016 pennies have been found with doubled dies where parts of the design appear to be doubled. Others have off-center strikes where the design is not properly aligned. Still others may show die cracks or cuts where a piece of the die breaks off, leaving a raised bump or line on the coin. These types of errors are very rare and collectors love them. The more dramatic and clear the error, the more valuable the coin. So what are these coins actually worth? A normal 2016 penny with no mint mark in circulated condition is only worth 1 cent. But if you have a coin with a verified error or a very high mint state grade, the value can jump significantly. Some MS67 or MS68 graded pennies have sold for over $100 at auction. And pennies with major errors like double dies or off-center strikes have been known to sell for several $1,000s depending on their uniqueness and condition. In extreme cases, if a coin has a never-before-seen error or gains attention from the media or collectors, it could potentially reach into the six-figure range, or even $1 million valuation, especially if a major collector wants to own it at any cost. Let's look at some real examples. In recent years, collectors have paid as much as $5,000 for a single penny with a dramatic off-center strike or rare die break. One extremely well-preserved 2016 penny graded MS-68 read by a top grading service sold for over $300. And prices are only going up as more people get into coin collecting and rare coins become more desirable. What does this mean for you? It means you should start checking your change. Look carefully at every penny from 2016 with no mint mark. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope if you have one. Look for any signs of doubling on the lettering or Lincoln's features. Check for off-center designs or bumps on the surface that could be die breaks. If you think you have something unusual, consider sending it to a professional grading service for evaluation. You can also compare your coin to pictures online of known errors and high-grade examples. There are communities of collectors on social media and online forums who are happy to help identify potential treasures. You never know what you might have in your pocket or piggy bank until you take a closer look. So could a 2016 no mint mark penny be worth $1 million? The answer is yes, but with a big asterisk based on condition, rarity, and collector demand. While most are worth just 1 cent, the rarest examples with major mint errors or top grades can be worth thousands, or even more. Coins are like lottery tickets, you never know which one might be the big winner until you checked out. That's all for today's deep dive into the 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, values, and stories. Drop a comment below if you have a 2016 penny and tell us what you found. You might just have a hidden gem in your pocket.